happened during Lohan's rehab skirmish.
She just grabbed my wrist and snatched it down.
Was it assault? And so close to being free, did Lindsay fall off the wagon? A royal nightmare. I'm Maria Menounos with Prince William's biggest fear as he enters marriage. How his mother Diana is involved.
$800,000. Did money drop the ball? I'm Tony Fox with a couple that lost nearly $1 million for answering the questions correctly.
It's really emotional.
Did Tom and Nicole's two children choose the cruise home over the urban home? Kidman sets the record straight for access.
I've got cancer.
Yes, they are pregnant.
To be homosexual is evil.
The biggest headlines of the year. What shocked, saddened, and strengthened us in 2010?
It was just the most insane thing that's ever happened to me.
Lindsay's rehab mess. Will it cost Lohan her freedom? Hi, everybody. Welcome to Access Hollywood. You know, Lindsay was so close to ending the year right and beginning the new one with a fresh start upon her release January 3rd. But Lindsay's late-night return to her halfway house may have jeopardized it all. Whether she was drinking or not almost isn't the point. By now it's clear where Lindsay goes, trouble follows.
Lindsay Lohan has gotten herself into trouble time and again, mostly because of her attitude.
Steve Crone is a criminal defense attorney not connected to Lohan's case.
A long time ago, I would have said to her, you are going to be going back and forth to jail if you don't stop your behavior.
3 months into her rehab, Lindsay allegedly violates her Betty Ford clinic curfew and sneaks back into her halfway house at 1 a.m. and gets into an altercation with a worker. Lindsay calls 911. The worker, Dawn Holland, files a battery complaint and then gets fired for talking to TMZ, apparently a violation of Betty Ford's privacy rules.
She tried to snatch the phone from out of my arm. She just grabbed my wrist and snatched it down and twisted my arm in my hand to get the phone out of my arm and swore a few choice words at me.
The Riverside County Sheriff's Department is investigating Holland's complaint. Now the question is, could Lindsay end up back in jail regardless of whether or not charges are filed against her?
I think that if the judge finds that she is in violation of probation, then he will put her back in jail. Absolutely.
Lohan's been in and out of jail and rehab since 2007 for multiple probation violations. Reportedly, in this latest incident, she refused an alcohol test, but took one hours later and passed.
One of the rules within the treatment center is that you have to be able to test at any time.
Dr. Howard Samuels is CEO of the Hills Treatment Center in Southern California.
Now, if they refuse the test, that's usually a sign they have something valid. If I had a drink of alcohol or 2 drinks of alcohol, that could be out of my system in 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, very easily.
So the fact that Lindsay passed the test may not carry any weight when she faces the judge again.
If you don't take the test when you're supposed to, most judges are going to assume the reason you didn't take it is because it was dirty.
Later, the nation's take on Lindsay's faith. And now, on to a royal wedding update. In his new book, William and Kate, author Christopher Anderson claims William is having bad dreams about his bride-to-be related to the tragic loss of his mom.
Harry and William both have blamed the press for their mother's death in that Paris car crash in 1997. And William has always had this recurring nightmare that the same fate would befall Kate Middleton.
A disturbing revelation from author Christopher Anderson, who claims that Kate has already had dangerously similar paparazzi run-ins as Diana on the very streets of London.
You know, she had almost been injured or killed. At one point, Kate jumped out of the car, ran back and confronted the photographers and said, look, you know, one of us is going to be killed if we keep this up.
In William and Kate, Anderson also claims Kate could have been in the royal way back in 2007, but her ultimatum to Prince William for a Valentine's Day engagement and advice from William's father, Prince Charles, is the reason for their brief breakup.
She wanted a commitment from him because he was off to the service, he was in the military, and she would be alone facing the paparazzi in London. He didn't know what to do, so William went to his father, Prince Charles, and Charles said, well, look, if you're not going to ask her to marry you, then you really should cut it off now because it's not fair to Kate.
According to Anderson, Prince William broke it off via a cell phone call, leaving a devastated Kate Middleton to get the ultimate revenge, transforming herself.
She lost weight, she started working out, she went out on a party circuit, and most importantly, she started dating a number of William's good friends. And they broke up on April 11th, and by May 26th, they were back together again.
And according to Anderson, the royal family is clearly over the moon with Kate.
She charmed Camilla and Charles and the Queen, and she just has what it takes really to be a really effective royal.
Hey, now time for TGIF. It's a fact, Miley Cyrus has a new friend in Kelly Osbourne. The two have been working together in New Orleans on their movie. It's called So Undercover. And now Kelly comes to Miley's defense after the Inquirer's claim that Kelly's family thinks Miley's a bad influence on her, following Miley's, of course, recent bong video. Now, according to Kelly, this could not be further from the truth. Kelly tweeted that Miley made, quote, one mistake, and trust me, she has learned her lesson. This really makes me mad. Miley is one of the most hardworking, respectful women I have ever worked with. I am learning a lot from her, end quote. Now, it's a fact Nicole Kidman has 2 children with ex Tom Cruise that she's rarely seen hanging out with, and according to a report, she is quoted as saying, quote, they live with Tom, which was their choice. I'd love them to live with us, but what can you do? Not so fast, apparently. This sounds like a great story, but it is total fiction. Nicole's rep tells us, and this report is, quote, completely inaccurate.
I just feel so blessed.
That was mom-to-be Allie Larder at her baby shower back in October. Today, it's a fact. We are happy to announce the hero star and her husband, Hayes MacArthur, welcomed their first child on Monday. Of course, just in time for the holidays. No word whether or not he had a bow around his head. A healthy baby boy. His name is Theodore. And it's a fact that on Fox's new primetime game show, $1 Million Money Drop, a couple lost $800,000 when they incorrectly answered a question, or were they actually right?
I hate watching it, and I hate going back to it because it hurts.
$1 Million Money Drop contestant Gabe Okoye lost close to $1 million with this question.
Which of these was sold in stores first? Talk it over. The Walkman, baby. Why would it be the Walkman? The Walkman is that digital technology. They have technology like that back then.
No, in store.
I'm going to go with both.
Okay, I'm going to go. Okay, let's hurry up.
For $800,000 sits on Post-it notes. Post-it notes first sold in 1980. I'm looking for Post-it notes.
Today, a report claims Gabe and his girlfriend Brittany actually got it right, saying Post-its were sold before 1980.
Other people started feeling the same way. Then somebody sent me like a link to another website that said the same thing. I'm like, oh man, this is really spreading.
The Fox show claims they spoke with the manufacturer who confirmed that the Post-it notes were only put out as free samples in the late 70s and not sold in stores until 1980. As of now, Gabe, who went home without any cash, says he will not seek legal action.
It wasn't really about the money at the time. It was the decision that really hurt me the most because I should have just listened. I kind of should have went with Brittany's answer and went home with something.
Get in the holiday spirit. Fox at least invites him back for another chance. Well, here's something that you could bet on and win. Today, 3 big holiday movies are opening, and Entertainment Weekly senior writer Dave Carter breaks it all down for Ken Hooper and Lisa Rinna on Access Hollywood Live. Today's Fresh Buzz brought to you by Subway Restaurant.
Well, I think the big movie, maybe the best movie that's opening this week is True Grit. And that's the Coen brothers Western with Jeff Bridges and Matt Damon.
I heard the rifle, and I felt the ball. You missed your shot, Godburn.
Missed my shot! It's a big Oscar movie this year, but it's also a good crowd-pleasing kind of movie. It's not just a serious film. It's very entertaining. And the breakout star, even though you've got all these Oscar winners in it, is this 14-year-old girl named Haley Steinfeld.
Can we depart this afternoon? I'm going with you.
Using 15,000 other girls for this part of, the lead female role. She's going to get a Best Supporting Actress Oscar nomination, mark my word. She is so composed and confident in this role. It's amazing. But there's other stuff, too. There's Little Fockers, which is the third.
About the Come on, I can't wait for the Oscar contender here.
Probably not. Are you laughing?
Yeah, I know. I was making notes because this is no laughing matter, Father.
The reviews have been mixed on this one, but I think if you have teenagers, this is the movie to see. And then if you've got younger kids and you want something that's appropriate for them, Jack Black has Gulliver's Travels.
Hey, dude.
I'm excited for this movie opening Christmas Day.
Yeah, I think that'll be good for your little one. Although I think Tron, which opened last weekend to #1, about 44 million, that is also a decent family option too.
Now, what about Country Strong? We're hearing a lot about that.
Yeah, I liked it. I love Gwen Paltrow. This woman can do everything. She's an incredible singer. and you fully believe her as a country singer in this movie. She sings about 3 songs in the movie, and she's phenomenal.
And that's today's Fresh Buzz, brought to you by Subway Restaurant. Yeah, gotta admit, women have some skills as a singer. Okay, coming up, the nation tackles the Lindsay shenanigans. Has she tainted Betty Ford's stellar reputation?
Next, we have 22 extra heavy tales, the serious struggle with obesity.
Here I am, 44. I've never had sex.
It's all coming up.
What? Access Hollywood brought to you by Marshalls and TJ Maxx. There's better way to Christmas shopping.
Stephanie Potter wants a ham sandwich, but her mom doesn't like added preservatives. So for Stephanie, I prepared ham with natural ingredients for new Natural Selections deli meats from Maple Leaf, which means a ham sandwich for Stephanie. Maple Leaf, your butcher shop.
This looks great. Just stop over here. Over the years, President's Choice has become known for its outstanding hors d'oeuvres. And the new PC puff pastry hors d'oeuvres from this season's Holiday Insiders Report are no exception. What are these? Those are Swiss Gruyere with smoked ham. Those are roasted sweet potato and goat cheese. And those are apple smoked Gouda with caramelized onion. 40 pieces for just $10. They're a great way to spread the joy this holiday season. All right, where to next? Pastry? President's Choice. Isn't it time you switched supermarkets? Ziploc presents Ziplogic.
4 pounds of sirloin, but only wrapped half. I'll just throw it out anyway.
The average Canadian wastes about $500 worth of food in a year. Help save more of it with new Ziploc freezer bags featuring Smart Zip. It's a seal you can actually hear close from edge to edge, so you know your food is protected. Now that's Ziplogic. Ziploc freezer bags with a new Smart Zip seal. Get Ziploc and get more out of it.
S.C. Johnson, a family company.
It's pretty cold out there.
The rich, smooth taste of Folgers. It's how Canada wakes up to a fresh start every morning. Hey, Alex! Alex, come on out, practice. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Yep. I found it myself.
Find just what she's looking for this Christmas, like this ring featuring 1 carat of diamonds, only $7.99. Or this pendant with 1 carat of diamonds, now $3.99. Christmas is all wrapped up at Michael Hill.
It all starts Sunday, 6 a.m. The Brick's famous Boxing Day blowout. Save up to 50% throughout the store. This full leather sofa Boxing Day price only $2.99. This reclining micro-suede sofa Boxing Day price just $4.99. The Brick's famous Boxing Day blowout.
Stephanie Potter wants a ham sandwich, but her mom doesn't like added preservatives. So for Stephanie, I prepared ham with natural ingredients for new Natural Selections deli meats from Maple Leaf, which means a ham sandwich for Stephanie. Maple Leaf, your butcher shop.
Every year is a quest for world junior supremacy. Each time our adversaries have knocked us down, Canada has fought back to the top. And with gold headed to our arch rivals on home ice, this year, expect nothing less. The World Junior Hockey Championship begins Boxing Day on TSN.
You need to have lost more than 176. Wow, Patrick House just won the season's The Biggest Loser. Well, now a new show attempts to help those whose lives are in danger as they battle extreme obesity. Meet 630-pound Tom, who knows he needs to change to survive.
Sometimes after 10 minutes, just to catch my breath, you know?
My body is shutting down because it cannot handle what I'm putting it through anymore.
I want someone to reteach me how to live and how to not turn to food for depression.
A&E's new provocative series, Heavy, is not a competition.
Here I am, 44. I've never had sex. I'm still a virgin.
And no one will win a dime.
There's a very high chance that you're not going to live to normal life expectancy.
But 22 people may win their lives back as each of these brave souls allow cameras into their ugly battle with weight. A 6-month intense training program could be the answer that will change their lives forever.
Just to walk that chance to make my family proud.
Okay, coming up, should Lindsay be released from rehab put back in jail? The AH Nation gives its opinion.
And your pick for best dressed of the year, but who made our most outrageous list? The latex is actually...
It's next.
Stephanie Potter wants a ham sandwich, but her mom doesn't like added preservatives. So for Stephanie, I prepared ham with natural ingredients for new natural selection deli meats from Maple Leaf, which means a ham sandwich for Stephanie. Maple Leaf, your butcher shop.